Let's be real. We have all been there, right? Stuck on hold for what feels like an eternity, or firing off an email that just vanishes into a black hole. Well, today we're going to talk about a pretty amazing student project that was born out of that exact same frustration. It's called GenBot, and it just might be a peek into the future of customer service for every small business out there. Okay, so to really get this, we have to start at the beginning. We all know the feeling. You need a simple answer, and you just hit a total wall of silence. This whole project kicked off because of one particularly painful and very real experience with that.
So this is a direct quote from one of the students on the project team. I mean, can you imagine? 5 months. That's not just a bit of bad service, that's a total communication collapse. And it's the kind of thing that makes you just go, there has to be a better way. And for this team, that was the spark. That was the moment the idea was born.
And that one story, it really makes you wonder, right? Why is this such a common experience for all of us? It's definitely not just one company or one bad call center. It's a bigger, more systemic problem that honestly affects everybody.
Think about it from every angle. For us, the customers, it's the long waits, the frustration. For employees, especially people in public service, they are just drowning in the same questions over and over again. It's a recipe for burnout. And then you have the small businesses. The Airbnb host who also has a day job. They just can't afford to have someone on call 24/7. It's a lose-lose-lose situation. So how in the world do you fix a problem that's hitting everyone, from the person asking the question to the person running the business? Well, this is where an ambitious team of students decided they were going to tackle it head-on. They call their project GenBot.
And you have to hear this. They pulled this off in just 8 weeks. The whole mission was to build a no-code platform. Now that's key. It means you don't need to be some coding genius to use it. The whole idea was to put the power of a really smart AI assistant right into the hands of any small business owner.
Now, this slide here is actually kind of brilliant because it shows you exactly what the team saw. There was this huge gap in the market. You've got these massive enterprise solutions from companies like Samsung, but they cost a fortune. Then you've got tools for smaller businesses, but they're kind of basic, no advanced AI. And then you have the open source stuff, which is way too technical for a non-developer. And right there, in that sweet spot, that's where GenBot fits. No code, affordable, and really, really smart. Okay, so that's the what and the why. Now for the really cool part, the how. How do they actually build this thing? How do you create a bot that's actually helpful and accurate and doesn't just, make stuff up? Well, it all starts with the core tech. So the team used a technique called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG. But forget the fancy name. This slide explains it perfectly. Think of it like giving the AI an open book test. Instead of trying to memorize the entire internet and probably getting things wrong, the bot looks up the answers directly from the documents that the business owner gives it. This is a game changer because it keeps the answers super accurate and totally relevant to that one specific business.
And they didn't just stop with text. They built a full-on voice bot, and the whole process is incredibly fast. So picture this. You ask your question out loud. In a split second, OpenAI's Whisper turns your voice into text. Then, the AI brain uses that open book RAG method to find the right answer in the documents. And finally, it converts that text answer back into speech so you hear a perfectly natural-sounding reply. It's this beautiful, seamless chain of tech working together.
But, it's never that easy, is it? Building this wasn't just about plugging a few things together. The team ran into some pretty big technical roadblocks, and they had to get really creative to solve them.
So first up, speed and money. Look at this. When they started, training their AI model was taking 6.5 hours on a single GPU. In the tech world, that's basically an eternity, and it's expensive. So they used this tool called DeepSpeed, which let them spread the work across 4 GPUs. And the results? Bam! They crushed that training time down to just 1.5 hours. A massive win.
The next big challenge was getting the AI to read tricky documents. A lot of AIs get totally confused by tables inside of a PDF, so at first, if you asked about something like an annual fee that was listed in a table, the bot would just say, "Sorry, I can't find it." But then, the team integrated a specialized document parser that could actually understand the structure of a table. And just like that, the bot could find the exact answer. The basic annual fee is $12,001. That's a huge breakthrough.
And finally, they wanted to make the bot search even smarter. They realized that just searching for specific keywords isn't always enough. Sometimes you need to understand the context, the meaning behind the question. So they built a hybrid system that does both. It looks for keywords, but it also understands the overall meaning.
It's like the bot isn't just hearing what you say, it's understanding what you mean. Okay, so all of that engineering is super impressive. But the million-dollar question is, what does it feel like for the person who's actually going to use it? You know, the small business owner who just needs something that works.
And this is the magic right here. The setup is just unbelievably simple. You sign in, you give your bot a name, you upload your business documents, like your FAQ or your price list, and that's it, you're done. The system builds the bot for you, and you get an email with a link to your brand new AI assistant ready to start helping customers. No coding, no headaches, just simple.
What they ended up with is a bot that's not just smart, but also really practical. Of course, it can answer specific questions from the documents you gave it. But, and this is so important, it's designed to know its own limits. If it can't find an answer, it doesn't guess. It just says so. And if a customer asks to talk to a real person, it gives them the contact number the owner set up. It's the perfect mix of AI automation and a human touch.
All right, let's pull back for a second and just think about the bigger picture. A project like this isn't just a cool piece of student tech. It's really pointing towards a massive shift in how small businesses can run.
I mean, the impact is just huge. For a small business, this means seriously lower costs because you don't need a dedicated customer service team. It means a massive jump in efficiency by handling all those repetitive questions. It means you're available to your customers 24/7, and it saves the business owner priceless time to actually focus on growing their business. It's a true game changer.
And the team's vision isn't to make this some exclusive, expensive tool. They're planning a really simple subscription model. The goal is to make this kind of enterprise-level technology truly affordable for even the tiniest businesses, basically leveling the playing field and democratizing powerful AI for everyone. So I'll leave you with this thought. What does the world actually look like when the local coffee shop, the freelance graphic designer, or the mechanic down the street has the exact same powerful customer service tools as a giant multinational corporation? This student project gives us a really exciting glimpse into that future, a future where technology doesn't just help the big guys get bigger, but empowers everyone to thrive.